Hey, what's up guys, this is Astranox and I'm back from another Epic 7 video. So we've got the patch note for the 13th of March and they are crazy. They are crazy. So there's new moonlight heroes. Of course, Silver Blade Aramintha and Blaze Dingo. I've made guides for both of them already, so you can go and check them out. They're pretty in depth with multipliers and like the mechanics and all that, and how to gear them. So check those out if you're interested. Overall, two very strong heroes added to the game. They're both light. Dingo's 4-star, Aramintha is 5-star. Dingo is an offensive healer that has invincibility for himself, and Nada heals with all his skills, and Aramintha is a just a mage that applies burn effect all the time, and just a crazy AoE machine really. So yeah, go check out my guides if you're interested. Alright, so new hunt, Azimanak hunt. That is insane guys, that's totally insane. We have access to Unity, Immunity, and Rage sets out of this hunt. So this is gonna change the arena meta so much faster than how it's been, because we can now farm the hell out of this place. Now before we were limited by just raid attempts at like raid tickets, but now we can just farm and get those Unity sets, those Immunity sets, and those Rage sets. Rage set is almost the best, like is the best damage dealing sets for most damage dealers really in the game. I mean, I could talk more about this in another video really, but for like a straight up like damage dealer that's not that doesn't rely on like burn or bleed and all that, Rage is usually the best set. So that is huge guys. Immunity set in PvP is so strong. Like if you have a stall team with like a bruiser, you can just apply immunity on your whole team, or even like on a speed team, really on any team. If you are running immunity on the whole team, the enemy cannot apply defense down, so they're not gonna do double damage, and you're gonna be able to survive and all that. So annoying to deal with. We're gonna have to rely on Stripper hero to remove those buff. And of course Unity for the dual attack chance 4%. Each 2-piece set is gonna be crazy. Alright, so this place looks like the boss is of the dark element guys. So the usual 11 stages. I don't know how hard it's gonna be. I'm pretty sure it is gonna be really hard, because those sets are extremely powerful. And it's the usual really, like the element stages, same energy consumption, same range of levels for the equipment, accessories, and the crafting materials and all that, like all the other bonus drops. Like it's the exact same thing, just now it's gonna be Rage, Unity, and Immunity sets. For the crafting, same cost, same amount of materials required, and the level 85 material is Azimanak shell. We need 60 after upgrades. In your workshop you only need 42, and from the reputation reward, if you clear all stages, you will get 240, so you can get 5 crafts. And now moving on to, I mean, that's totally huge. Like that's a new hunt in the game, and we spend so much time in there to gear up our heroes, and just like a brand new one that we can just farm like crazy it's gonna be like really cool and refreshing and all that. So Rikoris specialty change, Captain Rikoris. So he's a 3-star light hero. Not that many players might have Rikoris. I don't have him. And yeah, new look, new animation, change to his skills. So his skill 3 is now called Supreme Spear. Attacks all enemies with hard trained spear art with a 75%. It is actually 100% chance after skill ups. Chance to dispel a buff from the target before having a 75% chance to stun an enemy with the highest combat readiness, regardless of skill miss. So what it means is that even if you miss your attack, you're still gonna land that stun on the enemy with the highest combat readiness. That's gonna be so strong though. But it's not a 100% chance, it is 75% chance. Recovers caster's health after attack. Amount recovered is proportional to the caster's attack. Things like frozen. So that's like the animation. And you see the stun get applied. So yeah, you need, it's the usual, you need him to be level 50 to start the specialty change quest. And there's a limit on how many you can have. Yeah, you can only have 2 hero specialty change going at the same time from what I remember. Now what you need is you need to kill 500 artificial creatures. You need to give 6 blood flakes bone, a flake bone, calloused, and complete arena 250 times. That's gonna be fun. So after you do the specialty change, you have access to his skill tree. And this is what you can unlock. You can unlock up to 10% increase in health, 10% increase in defense. Now this could be a mistranslation, really, like the increased hit chance by 5%. It's most likely increased effectiveness by 5%. But they usually add up these things, so I'm not quite sure what's up with this. So let's just say it's 5% effectiveness and 10% effectiveness. Increased damage dealt of Supreme Spear by 5%, so that's skill 3, that's the ultimate. Not a huge deal, but healing of Supreme Spear increases by 200%. That's a huge amount that increases. Damage dealt increased by 20% when attacking a dark elemental target. And remember that the new boss in the Azimanak hunt is of the dark element, guys. So I think they will be starting to introduce these types of like mechanics, like increased damage to certain elements. I mean, they did introduce those with the hunt battles, like having like ice against fire, dealing more damage, and you are also receiving less damage. But now, like, it's showing up on heroes, and yeah, like damage increased 20% maximum when attacking dark elemental target, and then has 30% chance to inflict additional damage with quick pierce. That's skill 1 when attacking a dark elemental target. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's attack. Has a 100% chance to dispel a debuff on the caster when the caster's health is below 20% at the beginning of the turn. I mean, it's 20%. I mean, how often do you have your hero just sitting there at 20%? It's not often. But you know what? It could be quite huge. Imagine that, like, this new battle in the Azimanak hunt. Let's say there's a mechanic that the boss brings all your heroes below like a certain, like, let's say you all your heroes are like at 15% health or 10% health or 1% health. That's a new mechanic, and then you have a certain amount of time to heal yourself back up, and maybe there's a bunch of debuffs being applied on your heroes as well. And like, I guess in this case it could be quite useful if, like, it's gonna be really strong if there's some kind of mechanic like this in this new hunt. I feel like debuffs are gonna be huge in that place. And yeah, that's a team with dark elemental like enemies, hero, whatever. Alright, so moving on. Increase attack and defense by 20% max when the caster's health is below 50%. Now that's more reasonable, like 50%. That's happening more often. You are below 50% quite often, but 20% really, like, that's very, like, specific and very low. But still, it's 100% chance to dispel a debuff. And I mean, Rikoris, you want him with high speed when you build him, because his you've got defense down on skill 1, you've got -1 turn on all your allies' skills, their cooldowns, and that's from skill 2, and also speed buff for 2 turns for the whole team. That's on a 5-turn cooldown after skill ups, and skill 3 is on a 3-turn cooldown. It attacks all, dispels 1 buff, and now it has this mechanic that it has a 75% chance to stun the target with the most combat readiness, and it cannot miss. That's huge. All right, so Epicalis adjustments. Looks like they are adding Epicalis to a number of stages. So yeah, these are the stages and which Callus it drops. That's good. I mean, some Callus were only showing up at the at the end of the adventure. Right there. Fuse Nerve, guys. Fuse Nerve has been only showing up in World Adventure 9 and 10. Well, maybe it's only 9. It's not even in 10, actually. Yeah, I mean, that takes a while. Like, when you're starting in the game, you might be needing this Epicalis, and maybe you can't farm it for a long time. So now stage 2-S3. That's big. That's a big change. Also, Nightmare Mask, I believe, was like World... Is it like 8 or maybe 6? Anyways, it shows up in World 2 now. Black Earth Powder. Usually all these, like, also the Heart of Hypocrisy. Well, this was actually in World 9, but it's still there. They're just adding it to more stages, I guess. Yeah, Heart of Hypocrisy. That's another one that shows up near the end of your World Adventure, unfortunately. And it looks to be, it looks like it's gonna remain that way. Memory imprint improvements. You can now transfer memory imprints. So you could have a triple S hero memory imprint, and you could transfer it to a brand new hero. Now, I mean, this, you could have, let's say, a triple S. Let's say you memory imprinted your Ken, right? You have a Ken, he's fully built up, and let's say you pulled martial artist Ken, and you're like, oh my god, I got him. I don't care about Ken anymore for some reason. I mean, Ken is super strong now. But let's say you want to feed the memory imprints of Ken into martial artist Ken that you thought you would never ever see. Well, you can do it now. That's what's up. I mean, that's one example. There's multiple heroes that are showing up in be it fire, ice, or earth element, and they have a version in a light or dark version that you could transfer the memory imprint. So really, it has its use, and it will not count toward the reputation, of course, reliable support, because you're getting so many Covenant bookmarks from that reputation that's repeatable. So really, like, you cannot abuse that, of course. But like, let's say you have a bunch of roses, right? Let's say to make space, you like fed all your rows into one of them, and then you finally pull Shadow Rose. Well, you can just transfer those memory imprints. Now, transmitting memory imprinted heroes now provide increased resources, so that's good. I mean, it's depending on how many times you've like how far you are in the memory imprint. It's like how many copies you fed into one. It will give you silver transmit, so like more rewards. That's good. So now it's like other improvements and bug fixes. Really, like, I went through this thing. So this, like, some bugs, like Charles Slash now correctly activates Smash even if the target was defeated. An issue causing dual attacks not to be triggered by Tamarine's Serene Tune has been fixed. Clarice Fortitude now has the same skill name before and after awakening. I mean, no big deal here. Now, these things here are just, it says no adjustments have been made to the actual effect of the skill. So really, there's nothing to worry about. There's just rewording stuff so it's easier to understand maybe, or maybe they are writing description. So let's say the boss is like attacking, and like it attacks, let's say it deals damage, and then it dispels, and then it buffs some heroes. Like, it's basically changing the description to match how the mechanic is actually working in the same order. Stuff like this. So yeah, no change have been made. Same thing here, no adjustment have been made. Now this one, Abyss Floor 86, the skill effect of White Flux's Sharp Tongue has been updated to match that of other Flux enemies. So this was a change though. Attacks with a hidden weapon, if the enemy is sleeping, they will be stunned for 1 turn. Now it is attacks with a hidden weapon when the enemy is asleep deals more damage. So instead of stunning a sleeping target, it now just deals more damage against a sleeping target. And this Abyss Floor 89 an issue has been fixed in which Dust Skull Warrior skill, Light of Afterlife, summon Soul Flame, Rotbone, even if there were no dead allies. This is huge. This thing here, right here, inventory. Improvement has been made to the filter options available when selling artifacts via the inventory. Ah, it's so good. It's so good. I mean, it's not that big of a deal for me, really. Like, I'm a free-to-play player, but like people that have been summoning a ton, I mean, that's gonna be quite useful. Actually, you don't. Well, no, it affects everyone, guys, because you can use your friendship points to summon, and you have a bunch of artifacts, 1 and 2 star. But really, I never sell these things. I never sell 1 or 2 star. I just feed them. That's how you should handle those. You feed them into whatever artifact, 3, 4, 5 star that you want to enhance. But I mean, I don't know. Really, it's not going to be affecting me too much. This is only for selecting and selling. It's not even like sorting. I mean, it selects them for you, so I mean, you can. I don't know. It's an improvement, I guess. Chat system. Now this is cool. Transparency to the window. So yeah, that's that. Cool. Side stories, typos. So here in the guild, an issue has been fixed in which guild ranking changed on days in which there is no guild war. Okay. Vice captains may now assign teams to buildings in guild war. Vice cap. So I mean, like, I didn't have like a captain or like leadership, whatever, vice captain role before. So I don't know what's the deal with how it works in the guild war. But I assume like the higher role are the only ones that can actually reassign teams to buildings in guild war. And really, like, if your leader is not available to do it, well, now at least you have some backups, which is good. Guild War notifications has been added to the guild chat. Alright, so a bunch of things there. I feel like that was pretty much it, guys. UI and miscellaneous fixes. Alright. Yep. That's pretty much it, guys. But yeah, overall, that's insane. That's insane. Like a whole brand new hunt. A brand new hunt. There's just like so many hours, weeks, months of farming to be had in there. Still doesn't fix the energy problem, but one step at a time, I guess. Hopefully they address that soon enough. But yeah, I mean, we've got something else to farm, so some other sets to obtain. We can finally just get some crazy rage pieces. Wow, the damage though. The damage these things will add to your team. Because I mean, like, imagine Tarnar Guard with like triple Unity set. I mean, there's so many heroes that can use Unity. Really, I mean, there's Charles that came out and with like triple Unity, he would be like crazy. Just totally insane. Oh my god. And immunity in PvP is such a pain in the rear to deal with, really. But you can just stop these cleave teams that are relying heavily on defense down. Well, it's gonna be so much harder now to deal with your team, because yeah, they cannot drop defense down on you. So it is gonna be much easier to survive in the arena, but of course you will need the 2 immunity pieces, like items on each of your heroes. And I mean, it's gonna take a lot of time to replace your current gear with just like new immunity gear. But yeah, I mean, if you have a dedicated arena defense team, which is not something that's gonna be happening and if you're a early game player, like I guess even early mid game, still too early. Maybe near the end of like mid game, yeah, middle, like to end of mid game, really you can start to work on that. But yeah, it's very strong if you are running a full immunity team. You can also be running. You could be running a cleave team on immunity. You make it your team slower, but then you have to kind of tank some damage. That's something I was running in Summoner's War. I mean, I would have to test it really, or really like brainstorm more about it, because there's just some heroes that deal so much damage. But teams that are relying on just attack buff and running 2 single target damage dealers, like myself, I'm running Sid and Kisei. It's not gonna affect me really, because I can still burst down 2 high threat targets if they have low health. But yes, it's not gonna affect me too much. It's mostly gonna be like big area damage AoE cleave teams. These are the ones that will be in trouble if they're fighting a high survival team full of immunity on turn 1. If they're able to just like stop the enemy team, like control them somehow, reduce their combat readiness, or mess up their turn order, or just like tank the initial damage, heal through it, and then they are in trouble. They might be able to push through, because sometimes they just have too much damage. They're just gonna start to slowly take your heroes out one by one. But it's just, I mean, it's gonna be a pain. The fights are gonna be longer. Maybe the arena damage eventually kills them. But this is the team I'm running, and yeah, I've got Rikoris Roar that deals damage, and then Sid just cleans up, and he attacks someone else. He kills someone and then attacks someone else, and then Kisei, he's lowering the second highest threat, and then Kisei finished that target off. So it's been working out good for me. DN can be replaced with any attack buffer really. Like you can run Helga for the triple S, the easy to obtain triple S memory imprint for 8 speed increase on your team. I mean, Rikoris Roar really is, I'm using her because people are attacking me. They're not thinking that she's gonna have that much speed, because she's at 106, 105 base speed. Shadow Roll's at 106, and like it's not that hard to beat that with a Judith or a Roside really. There's so many, like the other combat readiness boosters, they like the top ones, they have just a better base speed, so it's easier to it's easy to counter my team. Yeah, so yeah, anyways guys, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'm Astranox. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. Press the bell icon if you'd like to be notified whenever I release a new video, and check out my guides for Blaze Dingo and for Silver Blade Aramintha. They're going to be showing up on the screen now. Good luck with the summons if you're trying to get any of them. Like really, like they are very strong, and if you get any of those two, it's like grats. That's really good. That's really good. But yeah, that new hunt, so much farming, and these 3 sets are nuts. They are nuts. At least like we can start accumulating these crafting materials, but first of all, let's see how difficult it is. I'll make some videos and well, we'll see how far I can reach in those stages. I think 11 is gonna be really tough. I think it's gonna be really tough. We'll see guys. Alright, good luck with the farming, and good luck with pushing through these stages. Peace out for now guys. Peace out for now.